Day out there. This is Frank House of Orange TV. Tennessee once again, Groundhog Day hits. Tennessee loses after having a double-digit lead in the second half, 74-71 to Kentucky. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button as well. And for I will promote it for as little as $1 a month. You can go to help the House of Orange channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to all those who have already. Man, another one, a tough one for Tennessee last night as a lot of things went right in the first half. A lot of things went right in the first half as Tennessee went into the break 47-33. You had to feel pretty good at that point, but we knew what happened in the first matchup as well. Similar things happened this time around. And, it's one of those things like Rick Barnes said, you give Kentucky credit. I feel like, and I'm kind of like Rick Barnes on this one. He said at the first meeting, I felt pretty bad about that one. The way it ended with just the ridiculous turnovers at the end of that one that allowed Kentucky to go back and do it. I felt like last night, Kentucky, there wasn't that ridiculous turnover. At the end, it was just them making plays and them really preventing Tennessee from doing a lot in the second half. And, you had four guys in double digits, but you look at it, Nate Ament, 29. Again, I liked that he was handling the ball more. Now, I don't think he has the best handle. You think back a couple years ago when they started going with Dalton Connect handling the ball. I thought Dalton Connect was a better handler of the basketball than Nate Ament is, but I still like it, them letting Gillespie play off. The thing was with Gillespie off, he only had 1 point in the second half last night. He had 15 for the game. That's a tough one. Ament did have 10 in the second half. He missed some shots at the end, but I like that he was trying to take over. I like where we're going with this. And Rick Barnes said it too in the postgame. This team has not hit its ceiling yet, and I totally agree with him on that. It's rare that they've really put two halves together this year. And, both times against Kentucky, they put good first halves together. The only problem was Kentucky put together better second halves. And, the main play that has gotten Tennessee in trouble against Kentucky was what got them last night when Chandler hit the three when somebody had, I guess, kind of went to the ball and left him open. He hit the three. Tennessee had a chance. Barnes made the comment that, and I would agree on this one with him, when Kentucky got the rebound off of the Chandler miss, that was almost ball game. That was huge for them. And he said he should have had Dwayne Brown in, and I totally agree. He said Brown didn't play the last 6:33. And Brown had 12 rebounds on the night. I think it's pretty – I don't know, man. If you want to boil down to it, to me, why Tennessee lost this game, it's because they can't hit layups and can't hit shots around the rim. That's what got them beat last night. I think I saw the stat from Brent Hubbs, volquest.com, that Tennessee was like 6 out of 21 on shots around the basket. That's inexcusable. And Barnes said it, our post guys have got to be better, and they do. And you look at it as well. In two matchups, this is courtesy of Brent Hubbs, volquest.com as well. He said that Tennessee has had 35 offensive rebounds in two games against Kentucky, only 19 second chance points. They're not getting it done. They're not finishing there. And you look at the rebounding battle last night, Tennessee dominated at 46-31 on that. Fouls were pretty even on both teams. I've seen people say, well, if we hit our free throws, we win that game. Well, I hate to tell you this, but Kentucky shot 59% from the free throw line. So if Kentucky's hitting their free throws, this is not as close of a game either. So it can go both ways. Neither team lit it up at the free throw line, but Tennessee was actually better than Kentucky at the free throw line. Tennessee was 17 out of 25, 68%. Kentucky, 13 out of 22, 59%. That was not the difference in the ball game there. Yeah, you hit a few more, it matters, but that same story could go both ways on that one. Here's what it boils down to me on. Here's what I'm looking at in this game for it. And surprisingly, last night, Kentucky, they didn't shoot as well as they have normally from three-point range. For the game, they were only 26% last night, 30% in the second half, 22% in the first half. Here's the problem. Tennessee, second half field goal percentage, 20%, 6 out of 30. 3-point percent, 0 out of 6. You got it, 0%. That's not going to win you games, especially on the road in Rupp Arena. And they were 12 out of 17 free throw line in the second half. They got to the free throw line more. But, I mean, that's the thing with Kentucky. Kentucky was 10 out of 13 in the second half. They were 3 out of 9 in the first half. So, I mean, they hit some free throws. That's not as big of a deficit for them going in either. That stat, 20% field goal, and the fact that the big guys for Tennessee, Dwayne Brown, J.P. Estrella, Jalen Carey, Felix Okpara, they combined for, let's see, Brown had 2 points, Estrella 11, Carey 1, Okpara 2. That's not going to get it done right there. And Carey did not even take a shot in almost 20 minutes at time. I'm not sure what was up with that, but it's pretty obvious Kentucky's philosophy in the second half was going to be to try to take Gillespie and A-man out and make the rest beat them. This is where the flaw in how the roster was built comes in on it. You really need your inside guys in that case to be able to hit those layups, to be able to finish, and they're not. And, there were opportunities in there that just were not taken advantage of. And, really you look at it too, Tennessee does not have that third scorer. I mean, it should be Estrella. Estrella did have 11 points. I mean, Boswell had 10 on the night. Boswell's damage come from the free throw line for the most part, 6 out of 6 from line. He was 0-2 from 3-point, 2 of 5 from the field on it. But Ament was 10 out of 17. Good night for him. Gillespie, 5 out of 15, 4 out of 11. He hit all 4 of them in the first half. Didn't hit any in the second half on it. That's pretty tough right there when your main guy, I mean, that's your main 2 scorers. There's no doubt about it. That's your 1-2 punch. And you need the guys like Boswell who can get you close to 10. I like what he brings. I'm satisfied with that. Where they failed in building this roster was having a third reliable, I feel like, wing-type scoring option on it. I thought possibly Amari Abram could contribute that. He's not even playing. I know he's been sick this week, but his minutes have been gone anyway on it. Troy Henderson's been hurt. He's not going to play big minutes anyway. Amari Evans is not – there's some games he scored, but he's not a consistent scoring threat in that regard. Estrella, you would like for him to be that. But again, the thing with Estrella, you've got to finish at the rim. That, to me, is what got them beat last night. If they finish at the rim, they win that ball game. I don't think there's any doubt about it. And there's just something – Tennessee and Rick Barnes beat Mark Pope in the Sweet 16. That was the one that mattered most. But let's face it, they all matter on this. In 4 regular season contests against Kentucky, Mark Pope is 4-0 against Tennessee. Rick Barnes has got to figure out something, what it is about Mark Pope's teams and his style of play that gives them trouble. I don't know what changed in the Sweet 16. I know that Tennessee team came in determined they were not losing to Kentucky a third time. They made that one really personal. I'll be curious if these teams were to meet up in the SEC tournament or the NCAA tournament again, if this group takes it as personal as last year's group did. Because, Boswell made the point, we feel like we're better than these guys. You can make that point, but the bottom line is they're better at finishing the game. And the scoreboard in both games says Kentucky 2, Tennessee nothing. I got to go on that with them, whether, it is what it is. And, definitely I think if you're a Tennessee player or coach, you feel you should have won both games. But again, the team that makes the plays at the end is the ones that come out. Kentucky made the plays. Tennessee didn't. That's the bottom line. That's what it boils down to. And again, I go back to Rick Barnes said, I don't feel this team's hit its ceiling. I don't either. I still think there's another level to Nate Ament, and he's getting close to 30 points with it. What he's done since that Florida game has been impressive. The only problem is Gillespie can keep up when he's on. But if it's not those 2 guys, though, they don't have that. I feel like Estrella could be that third big scorer for this team But again, he's got to finish at the rim. And we can't have nights where Jalen Carey's playing 20 minutes and not even getting a shot on it. I don't know if that's more Kentucky took him out of it or what it was, but you guys know when Tennessee got Jalen Carey, I said, this is that guy who can bull his way in. And it's just not been working recently. It's hit and miss. It's hit and miss. It's very inconsistent. But we'll see how this team comes out. They rattled off 4 in a row after the last Kentucky loss. They go to Mississippi State. It's a favorable schedule that they have going down the line. It really is. You go to Mississippi State on the road. I mean, anytime you go on the road, it could be a tough game. But a Mississippi State team, they're just not that good. And so if you're Tennessee, you've got to go take care of business in that one. I'll look at Mississippi State Wednesday. Next Saturday, LSU, dark mode game. You've got to win that one. Oklahoma the following Wednesday at home. I think you got to win that one. Vanderbilt and Nashville. It's winnable. It's losable as well. Missouri at Missouri. You got Alabama at home. South Carolina on the road. Vanderbilt. Tennessee could theoretically run the table the rest of the way here. They could also drop a couple. So we'll see how it turns out. We'll see how this team responds. Barnes seemed pretty – he expects this team to bounce back. He said they're working too hard to not bounce back. So that's a good sign. That's a good thing to hear. And, again, I still think this team's best ball is left to play, and I think that's a good thing that it hasn't happened yet. I'm going to bring you some baseball stuff here later on this afternoon. Tennessee's had a couple big scrimmages this weekend, and things are starting to kind of – it's not a surprise anyway where it goes, I don't think. But I'm going to talk that here in just a few minutes as well. I've got to run a couple errands and then do that. But you guys have a great Sunday. This is Frank. This is the House of Orange, and I'll see you. I want to see you.